This podcast is part of the MyPodcast.com network. Go online right now and get your very own 100% free podcast, MyPodcast.com.
This is Laura Cluvo from Blogging Project Runway. And with me on the phone today is Project Runway Season 5 designer Suede. Hi, Suede.
Hey, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm wonderful now that I have you on the phone.
Oh, you're so sweet. Suede, who would you rather see as a finale judge? Jennifer Lopez or Tim Gunn?
Wow. I would actually have loved to have seen Jennifer Lopez, but I think Tim did an amazing, amazing job. I know it put him in a little bit of an awkward position because he really is our mentor. So hats off to him for stepping up to the plate. I think it was really great job that he did.
What was the general feeling backstage when, Jennifer was going to be the judge and then she wasn't the judge? Did you all know what was going on?
No, we really weren't in the loop on all that. It was kind of last minute. We heard what had happened and that there was somebody stepping in, but we didn't know it was going to be Tim until Heidi announced that. Oh,
that's great. It seems like your fellow designers really, really liked you. Which ones do you keep in touch with?
We just really finished filming like a week and a half ago or a week ago, so I was really so busy I didn't really get a lot of time to spend keeping in touch with any of them. I have talked to Stella a few times, and of course I saw, Jarrell, Joe, Kenley, Cato, and Leanne during Fashion Week. And I got a couple emails from Terry and Keith during the time I was working on my collection, but that's probably about it.
Okay, and you live in New York, right?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you must be recognized on the street now. What is that like?
Amazing. Fans are so incredible. It's very humbling to have people come up and know who I am, and lots of love and excitement. I actually had somebody today when I was with Miley. They started shaking. They were so excited to see me, and they want pictures and autographs, and it's great. I really adore it.
Aw. How long have you been called Suede, and where did the name come from?
Since college, so it's been about 15 years, and the name is a nickname from when I was, I think, a junior in college. I was the only guy in a class of about 16 girls, and we were all super, super stressed out over a project we were working on, and so to kind of break the tension, I rallied all the girls around our big swatch barrel, and I said, we all have to pick a swatch, and we got to be that swatch for the day, and I picked Suede, and it stuck, 15 years later, I'm still Suede.
How long have you had that particular shade of hair?
It changes all the time. I mean, I have pictures that, you would be cracked if you saw. I've had box braids down halfway to my back that were black and blonde with beads at the ends. I've had orange hair. I've had purple hair. I've done it all. My hair is always changing, kind of like how fashion evolves. I change my hair quite often.
Awesome. When did you realize that you wanted to be a fashion designer?
Probably not until I was in school for it. I really wanted to be an actor, and my parents weren't so into the idea of me moving to New York City at 17, and they really kind of told me I needed to explore other options, and I kind of reassessed my situation. I knew I needed to do something creative because I was, I always stood out, and I thought, let's give fashion design a try. There was a school about 45 minutes from my parents' house, Kent State University, and I tried that out, and I ended up loving it.
Wow. Did you watch the first 4 seasons of Project Runway?
I've watched it all.
All of it. Who are your favorites? Who are your favorite designers?
Oh, I love Sweet Pea. I love Nick. I think everybody's been so talented. There's, nobody that I really haven't liked, but Sweet Pea and Nick probably stand out the most for me.
Okay, so let's talk about last night's episode. How did you like your outfit?
I loved it. It was true to who I am, and I really believe that rock artists certainly aren't over the top these days. They're very conservative, and it's not uncommon to see a rock artist wearing jeans and a T-shirt or a vest and a leather jacket. So I think that's really where modern-day rockers are, and I wasn't about to go costumey just because that's not what I really believe for them. So it was true to where I see modern-day rockers, and I loved what I created, and if you're going to get voted out, better to go on something you love. Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't have changed a thing?
No, I mean, in hindsight, knowing that the judges wanted it more over the top, of course I would have, because I would have loved to have been top 3, but, it was where I see rockers
Now, what about the outfit that you were wearing that Kato made for you?
I think it was amazing, and I think I owned that runway.
You did. You look great. Now, what about the hair and makeup? How'd you feel about your styling?
I loved it. I when we sat down to do the hair and makeup, I said I think we should do something really over the top, something really great, and Kato's like, do it. So we did it.
Okay, I have a question for you. After Tim told you to go upstairs and to clear off your work table, then all of a sudden your hair and your makeup were back to normal. How did that happen?
They took it out. I wanted to leave it on, but I couldn't.
Aww.
Because I love those tracks. I thought they were amazing.
Aww. Okay, so after the episode, I guess you head to the sequester apartment or wherever. How long did you wait before you learned that you would be creating a collection for Fashion Week?
I think I got to Sequesterville on Thursday, and they let us all go home on Saturday, and then they asked me to come back on Sunday. So I kind of figured something was up, and I knew that Sweet Pea had shown a collection last year, and I was in very good company because we were both number 5 eliminated. So I was really excited.
Awesome. So you didn't have to wait long at all.
No. It was really near the end of that whole process for the first time.
And you were not totally surprised.
No, not 100%. I mean, I was really excited, to have the confirmation, but no, I wasn't really super shocked.
Now, was it hard to keep a secret all this time?
No, it's not been that hard for me, and everybody asks me why, but it wasn't that tough for me to keep the secret.
Really? Okay.
Sign our lives away, so I can't afford a breach, to be honest.
No. Which of your finale looks can you see Heidi Klum wearing?
I think, considering that when I did the Blue Fly Challenge and won that, and Heidi said that she would wear it if she were younger, I think the one that would probably stand out of my current collection that's sophisticated that I would love to see Heidi in is the one that Jackie from Make Me a Supermodel wore, and it was my opening look, the plaid dress with the beads around the neck and the overskirt that was removable.
Oh, sure.
I think Heidi would look amazing in that.
Yeah, I totally remember that. I think Heidi's been wearing too much black this season. She could brighten things up a little, don't you think?
Sure could.
Yeah. How did you become interested in playing the cello?
As children, we were really encouraged to explore music, explore, different worlds. I went to Amish school, which was, very interesting and certainly taught me a lot. And the instrument I was really interested in was cello. So I played cello, piano, xylophone, marimba, but I really excelled in cello, and I almost went into cello performance.
Really? Did you come from a musical family then?
My father played the piano. My mom really didn't play any instruments, but, my brother was also very involved in music. He played trumpet and trombone and all sorts of instruments as well.
Do you only have the one brother, or do you have other siblings?
I just have my brother, and then I have a very close friend who I refer to as my twin sister, but she's not really blood related.
Aw, your family must be really proud of you.
They are, and that was, when I won the challenge with Blue Fly, and they said, what would your family think? It really just brought tears to my eyes just to, think of my mom, how proud she would be, and I know she was. She sat there front row at Bryant Park, and that meant the world to me.
Aw, what was the best thing about being on Project Runway?
God, I think the growth that we all experience and the exposure, let's face it, it can really take us all to our next step in our careers. So it was all a positive experience for me, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's great. What was the hardest thing?
Having your work ripped apart, definitely. It's easier to take the personal comments, when people rip on your look or your personality, but when it's your work, it's like, you're an artist, so that's kind of tough.
Aww. What are you working on now?
I'm getting ready for a charity ball next week that Ashley Judd is hosting, and Sharon Osbourne is the mistress of ceremonies. They're going to be, it's an AIDS benefit, and they're going to be auctioning off a couture, one-of-a-kind couture gown that I create. And whoever wins that auction is also going to get tickets to special events for February Fashion Week, so that'll be really exciting. And I'm exploring some film and TV options, so moving forward with lots of different projects. It's an exciting time in my world.
Well, that's awesome. Can you tell me specifically the name of the charity and the event so we can put a link to that?
If you give me 1 second, I can pull it up.
Okay. In the meantime, tell me, who is your dream celebrity client?
Well, I mean, it's no shocker that I absolutely adore Madonna, and I always have from, my childhood. So, I mean, I would love to work with anyone, celebrity or not. It's an honor to be able to address people, and I always love that. But Madonna's always been a huge inspiration to me, so that would be great, I think. The charity, just so you know, is called The Power of Music, and it's a youth AIDS charity.
Great.
Washington, D.C. on October 3rd.
Oh, fantastic. That's perfect timing.
And if you need, I can email you the actual page.
Fabulous. That's even better. That makes it really easy.
Send it over to Miley so she can send it on to you.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, were you surprised by anything that you heard in the confessionals?
No, you know what? We're all in such a tiny microscopic world, and we're all so emotional, and everything's heightened, and things are said that maybe aren't meant or are, but we can't take it personally. It's a world that's not, even though it's a reality, it's not. There's never a time where you would be in those types of situations. So, while sometimes some things may have hurt, I have to let it go.
Good for you. That is awesome. So, you obviously loved your model Tia.
I love Tia.
Right, tell me about working with her.
She was a dream come true. She seriously, the second challenge, she was our muse, and she was my muse all along through the whole thing. And when she got stolen from me, I was heartbroken.
That was very surprising.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm actually, I hate to say it, I'm glad she did get stolen because she still is in the running. So good for her. So I have no doubts that she's going to work the runway, and hopefully she'll be in the top 3 and she'll work it out.
How did you learn to sew?
Probably from school. I mean, I didn't really sew up until I went to college because I really hadn't thought I was going to be a big fashion designer. I really wanted to go into acting.
What about sketching? Did you always sketch?
There's a funny story behind that. I actually didn't, and I had a lot of problems in my sketching class at Kent State, and I got accepted by the garments I had made to go to Parsons in Paris, and it was intense illustration, and it taught me so much about sketching. And strangely enough, I went on the web today, and they sold all of our sketches from this season of Project Runway, and mine sold for the most.
Congratulations!
Oh, right?
Well, that's great. You could have a whole new career as an artist.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was
wow.
a publicist. I was like, what is going on?
That's great. Well, we're almost out of time. So is there anything else that you would like to say to your fans?
To keep current with everything that's Suede, you guys can always visit me at www.suedesays.com, and you guys can follow my career, and I can take you guys along with me everywhere I'm going.
Thank you, Suede.
Thank you. All my love.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.